Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world most famous arena with a click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, so dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. The entourage be on the job. My energy, feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loop and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We drink the logo when there's airspace that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's any Jacksons on the court, looking pretty legit. I say the truth to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars that shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Salute. What's good, everybody? Knicks Real Talk. We in the building about to get it popping tonight, man. You know what it is, man. Knicks Real Talk, the next step in bigger roles. We're going to break down the guys in the, on the Knicks team, man, that need to take bigger roles next year and improve their game. So we're going to get into all that, break it down, talk about the stats, man. I know it's been a quiet week in Knick land. Right now we got the Knicks, the Yankees, the Mets, the Rangers. You know, I mean, the NBA playoffs popping off. So right now, man, we just here as a content creator, we'll keep bringing out this Knick content, man. Just try to, you know, get everybody engaged until the season really kick off again. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about as well. So salute to the chat, salute to everybody out there, man. I hope y'all had a great and beautiful Sunday. Y'all in here with us, man. About to get it popping. You know, my other team partners in crime will be in the building, man. The rest of the team will be in later on. But right now, I'm going to hold it down until they get in. We're just going to talk about it, man. It's going to be an interesting summer. A lot of things popping off in New York, man. We just had the draft lottery just kind of get us up out of here, man. You know we're gonna do there with the 11th pick. What we're gonna do with it remains to be seen. But we are gonna we as of right now, the Knicks got the 11th pick in the lottery. So we're gonna see what we're gonna do with that. Whether they're gonna keep it, move up or move down, put it in the trade. So you know we got the one part of the off season out of the way. You know that obviously we're gonna have it free agency coming up pretty soon. The actual draft itself, trade's gonna be popping off here and there. You know rumors are all over the place. So we're gonna hold it down on Knicks Real Talk, keep everybody informed. We're just gonna talk about it, man. And we hear all each and every way, man, for the fan base. So salute everybody. Cash out in the building. Darren Wayne in the building. Will in the building. Salute everybody, man. Let's talk about it, man. Interesting season. Obviously, the Knicks didn't end up well like we wanted them to. They didn't make the playoffs, so we didn't get to the play and none of that. So what we did, though, we did have some players that we pretty much was intrigued by. And a lot of them was young. We had a lot of young guys on the team that we was really intrigued by for the Knicks. So we're gonna break them guys down and get into them guys, see. You know, if they still gonna be reigning with the team, we don't know what's gonna happen until the season starts. Who's gonna be here, who's not gonna be here. But while they still here, we're gonna break down some of these guys that we got on the team, man, and see what they're gonna be their next step in their next future and on the maturation of their game, what they could do to get better, and how important they're gonna be to the team moving forward. You know, some are gonna have really key roles this season coming up. Some of these guys we just look and see them improve their game to contribute. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be really interesting to get into all that, man. But we got some good players out there. Obi, RJ, you know, Emmanuel Quickley, Grimes, Sims, if Mitchell Robinson come back. McBride, Grimes, Cam Reddish. If you know, so we're gonna really see that. You know, we got a lot of nice young talent down there. Now we got to see what the Knicks gonna do to implement them into what we're gonna do as a team to try to have a better season. Because I really believe that we would have implemented them guys a little bit more earlier last year. It might have been a different tale of the season if we would have brought them guys in here maybe a little earlier until to unleash them a little bit. But I understand why he didn't do it because, you know, with the veteran, he was trying to go for the playoffs and things like that. So I do get it. But once we knew that wasn't going to happen, man, you know, so hopefully this year he come in with a more open mindset, and he see that what these guys can do and what type of energy and all that they bring to the team. Obviously, you know what I mean? So, it won't be that same slow down pace, half court type of offense that we've been dealing with over the years. So maybe now I'm seeing Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickley and Grimes and all these guys get out there and run up and down the floor and get easy buckets and quicker for transition point. Maybe Tom Thibodeau might open up his mind, hopefully, and expand the offense a little bit more, you know what I mean, to get these guys to run up and down the court and don't just wind up coming down selling for post up. So that's going to be good. So we do got players on this team that fit that mold. Like I just ran over a few names, so I'm excited about it, man. I'm really looking forward to the season coming up, man. We make some good moves, and that's fine. We don't know what direction the team going to do right now with all the speculation and the rumors out there. Other than that, we don't know what the Knicks going to do. We only can speculate from afar, so that's what we've been doing. You know what I mean? Without trying to deal with no hyperbole or nothing like that. We just try to figure out what can be, what's possible. Do we think the Knicks can have this guy? Do we think the Knicks can get this guy? Or can the Knicks move on from this guy? So them just our thoughts, man, on what we hope the team might accomplish this year, going in a different direction and trying to get this youth and energy going. But other than that, man, the guys I'm really thinking about right now is the 7 guys I just talked about, 8 guys actually, man. And we got a lot of young energy there at the guard spot. Emmanuel Quickley, Quentin Grimes, Deuce McBride. That's a lot of 3 nice young pieces right there. Actually 4. Then if you look at the wing spot, RJ, Cam, Reddish. Obi Toppin up front. So going into the draft, you never know who we might bring in there to add with them guys. If we're gonna decide to keep going that direction and keep some of these quality vets around, or get some more quality vets that fits the mold, and see if we can go out there and do what it do. Because I'm gonna tell you guys, I've been looking at the NBA playoffs, man. It's exciting, man. The NBA playoffs is exciting, and I kind of wish our Knicks was up in there, man. Because that atmosphere is crazy in all the games. No matter what game, whether it's Golden State and Dallas game or the game to Miami and Boston, it's electric up in them buildings, man. And I would love to see our Knicks up in that playoff race like that, having that same electrifying energy like it was last year in the first round. So hopefully we can build something real good, man, and get back to that. Because I really do believe that we got a good thing going there, man. Will, absolutely, man. The Knicks been working him out. He's nice. Dyson is a nice guy. We're gonna get into that too, man. Because they got some nice pieces down there, like Cash out said, Jeremy Shohan, all these guys, man. It's gonna be interesting what the Knicks can do, maturing all these guys. I'm excited about it, man. I'm really excited about the what the Knicks gonna do and for the draft. Like I said, the 11th pick that important, some quality players in there. Like I said, it might not be all Hall of Fame type guys or superstar, but even if they wind up being on the Knicks, good role player that helps make the team better, I'm with it, man. So I really believe that I hope the Knicks keep this draft and go and take somebody. Just take them, because there's a lot of good young dudes out there from 1 to 20, from 1 to 25. To me, is decent. And you never know how one may pop. Like I said, so really gonna be interested what they do with that pick. And I'm hoping that they do get and grab somebody. They grab somebody, then and there's somebody that we think going to benefit, especially if we move on for some of our older players, or hypothetically, if they move Julius Randle, which I don't know, maybe they will, maybe they won't, we don't know, but they did. Like you said, you got Shohan down there at the power forward behind Obi Toppin. You got the maturing situation. You got wings out there. That I heard they had a good interview with Johnny Davis. I heard that went pretty well. So you just never know, man. The Knicks out there doing their due diligence. They're doing their work. They're putting in the work. The scout team out there, the coaches in the front, they're out there putting their work, and I'm happy to see that, man. Because you think about it, it's been a lot of years, prior to Scott Perry getting here, we didn't have that. Now we're seeing that these guys actually literally out there scouting, talking to players at a real high level, and that's why we got 8 guys there now like that. Because these guys have been going out there really taking this stuff serious when it comes to these young players, and let's see if they could turn find another diamond in the rough. See if we could find another Quentin Grimes, or something like that, man. And you never know. We find a diamond in the rough or better. That'd be awesome for us. That'd be really awesome. Then we got a solid core going forward for 5 years. It just keeps getting better and better. Because you think about it right now, with the emergence of Quentin Grimes and McBride and Sims last year, them guys are gonna be 4 more years in the pipeline if you don't trade them. So we still, you can think about 4 years. In the next 4 years, we still got quality young guys down there. Obi and them got 2 years left. So if you get somebody this year at the 11th and the 42nd or 45th, I think it is, you're going to wind up getting some more talent to keep in the organization for another 4 years. And it just keeps the organization looking more better and better. And then we just got to plug and play in, here and there when we're ready to take that next step. But as of right now, I'm super excited about the way it's going. I'm excited. I like what we're doing here, man. So let's see what they grab up, man. I'm really excited. I want to see somebody come in and make it happen. But other than that, man, talk about the guys we got on the team, man. The Deuce McBride and these guys, man, because these guys came in their rookie year, didn't get a lot of playing time, but you've seen what they're capable of doing after looking at them in summer league. and looking at these guys in summer league, and then looking at them in the regular season. Obviously, Deuce didn't get a lot of minutes, but Grimes would have had a little bit more minutes. But obviously, he hurt his knee at the end of the year, so he had to kind of sit out a couple of games here and there. Jericho Sims, you've seen him come from just raw, barely couldn't understand the game until at the end of the year he started playing more significant playing time. He kind of started, the NBA slowed down for Jericho Sims. When he first got here, he was lost a little bit with all that speed and that, with the NBA compared to Texas and all that. He was just a little bit lost. But as the time went on, he started slowing down. His mind slowed down. He started understanding the play a little more, understanding the physicality of the game and all that. And then, he wasn't making plays and kind of like hold his head down. I had that no smile type of move. But now, the young man, at the end of the season, man, that young man was a force down there, rebounding strong, lob threat, good rebounder. So I think you got a good gym in him. And I really like what's moving forward with him, man. So hopefully we can sign Mr. Robinson to keep him. I'll be happy either way it goes with that. But Jericho Sims was an interesting product with the 58th pick out of Texas. We didn't really know what to expect. But after seeing this game, man, I was like, man, this cat he rebound like Charles Oakley. Was a beast on the board. Tough to rebound, tough like Charles Oakley, but he had hops, like no other. Him and Obi Toppin, oh my goodness, I can imagine the next young man coming in with athleticism and seeing them cats in practice and all that. But he was an interesting product, so I'm happy with him. The numbers don't really speak too much about it because of the amount of time that he had. But I can see moving forward for the next 3 years, we got a solid guy that we don't have to go out there and look for a backup center. And one thing I can truly say about that, salute to the chat, Canal, everybody, man, salute. Yeah, man, I really believe that we don't have to go out there and look for a backup center for the next 4 years. This guy's here, and I think he'll hold us down pretty well in New York. He had a two-way deal, and now hopefully he get it converted into a full deal, and get a man like he did Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson making $2 million for like $1 million something for 4 years. Even if you give Jericho Sims 2 or 3 for the next a year for the next 4 years, I think you make that move to keep him around, and he's a good body to work around and practice. The young man, he got good intellect, and but he goes to work though. He goes to work. And so I'm really happy about that guy. And I think he's gonna be something special, man. And it's good for him to have a guy like that too. So when we in practice, like Mitchell Robinson and them going up against him in practice, it only can make them even play better because now they know if you're going up against Jericho Sims in practice with that body, that athleticism, and he going hard. That means when you go up against the next center in the league, you're not gonna worry about too much physicality when it comes to playing centers because that young man physical. So that it's like a win-win with Jericho Sims. So I'm really excited about him, man. And we'll see how he go in his second year. See if we can take another step and help the Knicks more, which I think he will. I think our culture is set in New York where a lot of you guys like to be in the gym. I was hearing from Deuce McBride on one of the streams. On Bleacher Report. And him and Ian Bagley was speaking. He was saying like the guys at Tarrytown right now. He said he asked who's at Tarrytown. He said all the guys is out there. The young guys mainly. They just putting in work and doing what they got to do. And the season ain't even over in the NBA for the playoffs. And already these guys are at Tarrytown doing their thing, or they might be doing on their solo workouts wherever they are by themselves. But these guys working right now to get better. So that means they're gonna come back into their second year even better. So salute to Jericho Sims, man, for putting the work in, and I hope you have a better year than that. As far as Quentin Grimes is the one I'm really big on. I'm really big on Quentin Grimes, man. His defense, his three-point shooting. I think people underestimate he's not only really a 3-and-D guy, he can get to the hole and do other things as well. So I'm really excited about him. That's deep, and I love what he brings to the table. So like I said, guys like him make you have a lot of questions about a lot of these veterans that we got. Do we really need them? If this guy can come out here and give you a solid 20 minutes a game, off the bench, a solid 20 or 25, whatever, if it comes to that, and get you like 12 points, D'ing up cats left and right, that'd be another good weapon to have going forward in his second year. So I think Quentin Grimes is going to have a really, really solid second year because I think the guy can shoot him with the best of them. So let's see how he goes, man. And if he take another step as well, then our team got better. That's two guys who done got better. So it's really all about coming out of this off season and getting better. So when we go back into this season, the Knicks got better because they got better, and all the guys got better. So that means, we took another step. So now we might be a little better off than we were last year because everybody got into the off season, got better. And I'm anticipating that's all of them going to do that. I really do. And but I tell you what, man, let me let you know the guys I'm talking about on the next step in the bigger roles. Let me just give you a little video for the guys who we're going to talk about tonight then we get back at it on the other side. Salute to the chat, man. Y'all get it popping and keep it moving. And we get back at the other side. But here go the guys we talking about tonight in the program. That's gonna be we deal with it over the course of the program. Let's get it, man. Let's talk about these cats. Yeah, real talk, man. There we go, man. Some of that do for athleticism. These guys, man, I think them 8 guys right there, I'm hoping we can let these guys be a part of this thing moving forward and bring these guys back and let them just go out there and operate, man. Because I really do believe that with these guys can really do something special for the Knicks, man. I really do. And I'm really loving what I'm seeing out of these guys. We watched them all year. We've seen what they can do if they had a little bit more playing time. And as their maturation continues in the NBA, I just think we got some good, solid core down here. We got some really good, solid players who could do a lot of different things. You know, like we know Deuce McBride, you know, he could defend with the best of them. He probably a little bit more underrated with his shooting. Obviously, we want to see him play, make more, and get to the hole a little bit more frequently once he get the opportunity. But you can't question the man's his dog in him. He got it to play down here. Quentin Grimes got it to play down here. One thing I can say about Tibbs, he might not like some of the things do, but he'll find them gritty players though. Cats who really go hard. You know what I mean? And Grimes and McBride, they go hard. They really do, man. So I'm really looking forward to these young men getting out here, getting a popping, man, and getting another chance to come into training camp. I know training camp this year gonna be crazy. I love to be a fly on the wall up in that piece this year. There's gonna be a lot of competition there, depending on who you bring in the draft, or depending on what we do for as trades with free agency. You know the competition gonna be crazy up there. I'm hoping that if they go with a lot of these young cats, man, and they in there just compete, man. You know what I mean? Going at each other, you know what I mean, and building this thing up forward, man. So guys like Deuce McBride, I'm really excited about this second year. Holy Tibb unleashes him. We can get the Kemba Walkers out of the world and Derrick Rosen out of the world, and some of the guys. Obviously, we're gonna need some veterans, but in certain positions we don't need them. I think we got enough there. And so I'm really looking forward to them too, man. That Emmanuel Quickley himself, his next step. I think he's gonna take one of the big leaps than anybody. I think this man gonna really take a big leap this year. Him and Obi Toppin. These cats, this is their third year. They kind of know what's going on around this thing now. Their third season rather. They kind of know what's going on around the NBA. They got a feel of it for 2 years, so they know how to kind of maneuver around all this stuff now because they done did it for 2 years. It won't be shock to them. And that's what I'm happy about all these guys. Like next year, the NBA won't be a shock to Quentin Grimes. It won't be a shock to Jericho Sims. It won't be a shock to McBride. It won't be they coming in here like, oh man, I'm going up against this dude. They're not even going to have that in them this year. Now they're going to come in here like I went up against them already. So I think that's going to make a bigger difference in the way these guys move forward in their game, man. Because I think their confidence is going to go up. Obviously, once your confidence go up, that's it. And once you got that feeling that you don't care who you're going up against, Then it makes the game much easier to play because you're not fearing nothing. You got confidence in what you're doing, and I really think that's what's going to be a big part of this thing next year. That's why I'm kind of patient with this thing the way it's going, for sure. Hey, Canal, I am too, man. I wonder how that's going to work out. I know the guy might be a second round pick, maybe 7'4". I heard the guy got a nice passing game. I seen him shoot some threes in the gym. He was knocking them down from that short corner. So I don't know if he got the Porzingis type of thing in him, but I heard the cat could pass the ball though. So I mean, you imagine him in the center spot, people cutting and not passing out to the 3-point line. Let's hope that a guy like that make the team. That you got another dude down here. You know what I mean? You got Rokas over there. You got him. You got Jericho Sims. It's gonna be real interesting, man. I really do believe that. Yeah, especially you got a point there, Canal, because you know why? We don't have to give him that money. You know what I mean? We don't have to give Obama that money if this cat pan out. You know what I mean? And he's gonna be on a rookie deal anyway. So it might be if depending on where he get picking up, man, that's had to be non-guaranteed, man. Who knows? King Ridley, salute my brother, salute to the whole chat, man, salute everybody, man. We just talk about this thing moving forward, the bigger role for these guys moving forward, and what we expect from these dudes, man, and moving forward with these guys, man. I'm really looking about it, man. So like I said, there's a lot of focus going on these players in the all season, man. They out there doing their job, man. They out there getting it in. Like I said, they up in Tarrytown, banging it out, working on their skill, honing their craft, and looking to take another step forward in their career. So I'm good with that, man. But you got a guy with Mitchell Robinson, and things like that. We have to really get all this stuff situated, man. So but right now the main thing is the focus. These guys are focused. They're out there in Tarrytown or home or wherever they may be, working out, getting better, looking to come into this thing again and make the Knicks a little more better than they were last year. So let's see how that thing goes, man. I'm really excited about these guys. And Cam Reddish is one of another bigger things to me as well. I'm looking for this cat to take a nice step because we know right now if this guy we know if Cam Reddish pop, he know he got to pop as well because this is contract year. He came out in the 10th pick in the 2019 draft. One of them Duke boys, part of that big three in Duke with R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson. Being in Atlanta, now he got a chance to, if he want to, go to another level in the NBA. It's going to be a show and prove year for him. It's going to be a show and prove year for Cam Reddish. You got to come in and show and prove. Let the Knicks see what they traded Kevin Knox in that pick for, and I think they will. He was just starting to come into his own for the injury, so let's see if Cam Reddish can find a way to get some valuable minutes for the Knicks. So that's why it's important, guys, that they coming in with a fresh start. He not coming in with maybe a half of the season over at the spot, trying to learn the system. Got to wait till he get a chance to get in. Now he coming in into this season, in the all season, with none of that back. All he got to come in and show and prove what he could do. And if he show and prove what he could do, somebody going to be expendable. So Cam Reddish, this is a big year for him. Not only contract money-wise to try to get a bag to stay in the end, but also to see if the Knicks want to keep him around. They're gonna move forward with Cam Reddish and keep him in the fold, which I think they should. So let's hopefully he in the training camp. He's practicing now. He's been maybe a week or two off his shoulder injury. They say he out there doing what he got to do. So like I said, I would love to be in Tarrytown right now with seeing them young boys working on their game. I just think that'd be so beautiful. But he's one of the elephants in the room to me for the Knicks. And a lot of people believe in Cam Reddish. He haven't got a full opportunity, but you've seen some games he played in Atlanta. He had 30-something points here. He bust out here, shoot from outside, shoot the ball inside. He plays defense. So now he got to really sit down and say, what am I going to do this year to stay in the NBA? If Cam Reddish want to stay with the Knicks in the NBA, this is breakout year. Because like I said, he in a contract year. After this $5 million deal is up, he gonna be looking to get some money. But I'm hoping that he go out there and be a big part of this thing, and he let Ted and them see that this is what I could do. And I'm quite sure that young man hungry enough to go out there and make it happen. So Cam Reddish, go get it, brother. Go out there and I want to see you take that small forward spot for somebody. Or move somebody around or be interchangeable. You want to move RJ back down to the 2, go in there and make Ted forced to put you in that starting lineup. That's what I would be doing. If I was Cam Reddish, I'd be so hungry, man. Like, listen, I ain't letting nobody get in the way of what I'm trying to do. I'm in a contract year and I'm trying to get paid. Watch out, get out my way. Hopefully that's the mentality that you have with them playing in the team confine. But when it comes to the guy that's playing his position, you got to go at them. You know what I mean? You gotta take that spot from these dudes, man. Real talk. Salute. Yankees brewing morning brew. Good look. Salute to you, my brother. Let's go. Yeah, man. But Cam Reddish got to go in there and take that spot, man. Real talk, man. He got to go take that spot because I think he can be a viable part to that. Because I do think that I like him and RJ opposed to him and Fournier from a defense standpoint, from an athletic standpoint. To me, it makes a big difference in that starting lineup. Having somebody who can defend, who have athletic, who can get up and down the floor and run, who can shoot and inside and outside. So I think I do like the combination of him and RJ Barrett. I just think that'd be a good look at the 2 and the 3, especially if RJ had to move back down for a minute at 6'6", 6'7". Then you got a 6'8" Cam Reddish. And and if everything goes the way we want it to go, let's see what's happening. Let's say hypothetically, Obi Toppin get to be the starting power forward. You got athletic guys in there. They're athletic, and that's what we've been missing over the years. Since the Melo and J.R. Smith and them guys who can, not Melo per se, but in his youth he can get up a little bit. But J.R. Smith was an athletic dude. Kenyon Martin and all these guys, we got a young team that kind of can be the same type of built in the same mold as them. Cam Reddish, RJ, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickley, Ron. These guys are young, they're athletic, they defenders, they two-way players. They can shoot the ball, they can put the ball on the floor, and then that's a good thing to have when you don't have to depend on the point guard so much, especially in today's NBA where, it's not a pass first league anymore. So a lot of guys that we have is a good thing that they can put the ball on the floor and get their shot up. Like Grimes, Quickley, all these dudes can shoot the 3-ball pretty good. They'd have a great year this year for some reason, whatever the case may be, whether it's Tibbs' offense, whether it's the NBA changed the basketball, whether I don't know, but I don't make no excuses for nobody. But nobody on the Knicks shot well this year from the 2-point range anyway, with 40% basically across the board. But I do think that these guys like Cam Reddish and you got to go get it, man. Cam Reddish got to go get that. And I think he will. I think he built that way. I think he go get it. So, and then if he go get it, then Grimes, and then my guy also as well, Emmanuel Quickley. Emmanuel Quickley got a big season coming up for him. Him and Obi in their 3rd year. He looking to get the keys. Right now, if the Knicks didn't make no moves right now this year, Emmanuel Quickley is the starting point guard for the New York Knicks, hands down to me. If we didn't do anything and we had to come out the way we are for some reason, you got to start IQ. You can't start Alex Burks over IQ. I don't think that'd be feasible this year. Let that young man get the reins. I'm quite sure. I've been watching him all summer long. His video clip, the man working out, putting work in, improving his game. These guys are enthusiastic. They're hungry, man. That's what I love about this team. They got a bunch of young, hungry people. See, they ain't like we got a lot of people who got the bag and they ain't hungry. These cats we got are hungry. And that's why I think it's going to be really intriguing next year. And I hope Tibbs catch to that, man. That these guys are hungry. They work hard. They that youth energy, that movement. You're gonna get a little bit more ability, man. And I love to see that. I'm hoping that's what it do. Yeah, that's interesting to me, man. He seemed like he really laid back a lot wise. I'm hoping that it's not like that in the inside, more on the outside, because he is kind of laid back, nonchalant, whatever. But I'm hoping that, that could change in the course of the year. Because you're 100% right. He does seem like he mellowed back, and I'm hoping that maybe his fire comes from within. He don't show it on his outside. It does show it in the physical, but his mental might be there. And if it is, then hopefully no. But if his game would talk, but you need that in New York. He got to have that attitude in New York. And that's why I like. That's why the place you might think about. I like Quickley because he got that. Quickley got that attitude. Deuce got that attitude. RJ got that attitude. We need them dudes like that, man, because that's what makes New York City basketball. Cats who got that passion and that grittiness to them. And but let's hope that working out this summer, he being around the guys a little bit more and to rub off on him, because he's a talent, man. The man is a talent, no question about it. He's a talent, and I think you're going to see the good thing for him, man. I think this year he could get all season and master the Knicks way of basketball. Last year he couldn't master the way the Knicks basketball played back, it was too short. But now having a training camp all season to master New York Knicks basketball, I think the cat might be all right. No doubt. And we still got to go get some. So we still got to get wings. It's never enough to get talent. I would love to. That's why I'm looking at the show hands of the world. I think we need some height down there too. I'm not talking about 7'4" height, but like a Shohan, a 6'10" dude behind Obi or Randle, whatever, or however it may go. We are very thin when it comes to height in New York. Other than Mitchell Robinson and Noel, and he ain't playing. Everybody else like they under 6'10", literally. Julius Randle 6'9", 6'8", whatever he is. Obi 6'9". We got a lot of shortness on our team, and not saying short is bad, but I would love to see like a 6'11", a 6'10", 6'11" cat who could stretch it a little bit. Who can do it in and out, do it out. So it'll be interesting that's why I'm hoping we can take this draft pick and we use it. I don't have a problem with a Shohan at number 11 because he about 6'9", 6'10", something like that maybe. Defender. He can get out there. And defend down on the perimeter and inside. So I would love to see a little bit more wing depth. But for us, Cam Reddish, let's see what he do. Like I said, Emmanuel Quickley though. He's going to be important to the Knicks, man, moving forward. No matter which way this thing, he can determine what we do with the guys we got. Be honest with you. Facts. Real talk. Absolutely, a lot wide. I agree with you on that. And for the Emmanuel Quickley, right now, he to me he determines where the Knicks going to go in this thing. If Tom Thibodeau got in their mind that Emmanuel Quickley, they can give him the keys in his third year. They think he got enough to hold it down. That might shake up the way they draft anybody. They might feel like, okay, if we don't, because obviously from a Woj report, the Knicks Jalen Brunson signing in Dallas. Like he's gonna stay in Dallas. So when Woj usually drops something, usually that's probably 99% correct. He don't speak hyperbole. Adrian Wojnarowski. So if Jalen Brunson stay, that's one that you cross off the board. Now you got your Colin Sextons out there, you got your Mitchells and everybody. But as of right now, it's Emmanuel Quickley's job to lose in New York. I believe that. I think he's gonna come out there and get it popping. And the man coming in and give us 15 and 7, 15 and 6 with 3 or 4 rebounds, D'ing up pretty good. Once he improved his overall 2-point efficiency, which I think he would, he's gonna be all right. He did 11 points a game the first 2 years, 11 a game. You got cats that hadn't been doing that. Quickly, at least he did 11 points a game in the first 2 years. So now, hopefully, in his third year, he can work on that game this year and get a little bit more skillful, playmaking, get that percentage up a little more. I think what I liked about the end of the season for Emmanuel Quickley, he got adapted to the rule change. See, at the beginning of the year, that rule change kind of threw Emmanuel Quickley off. It did a lot of guys when they changed the rules. But once Emmanuel Quickley found how to master the rule change, you notice that in the next half of the season, he started playing much better. And I think he caught on to how the NBA was officiating. And, his game was predicated on every now and then pulling up cats, hitting them in the back, he getting that foul call. But when they took it away from him this year in the beginning of the season, I noticed he did adapt to it. And then that's when he started averaging 15 a game. Cat had 2 triple doubles. So things like that. So you see the improvement, and he started understanding and master what the referee was calling out and helped him out a great deal. So that to me, that tells me that growth and development within what he's trying to be is only going to pan out better going into his year 3. So Emmanuel Quickley, that's going to be one of my guys that are really interested to be on. I think he can really change the direction, whether the way this thing going to go in the off season. If he take that next step and he can handle that point guard position, we have to see what the Knicks going to do on an open market, knowing that we cap strapped right now with a lot of aspiring, but we are cap strapped though. So we have to see what Emmanuel Quickley and what he could do moving forward with the Knicks, man. And then we got my man Obi Toppin. That's what another guy, man. I'm really, really looking to see take his game to the next level. Is Obi Toppin, man. Obi Toppin, the Dayton Flyer, you know what I mean? Had a kind of like a subpar rookie season. Then he had a better year this year. He got a much better year this year. So I think the minutes he's getting, he's going to adapt and he's going to do well with that, man. I really believe that. Absolutely, facts. And I think Obi Toppin going to be that dude, though. I really believe he'll be that dude, man. I agree with that too, man. I think Emmanuel Quickley gonna be special, man. I don't know where he get a lot of hate from a lot wide. But I think Emmanuel Quickley gonna be special though. I really do. I mean, he can shoot the ball. He drive to the hole. As a young man, you learn off your mistakes. People complain about he dribble too much, but here's the positive about that. He don't pick his dribble up neither. He'll try to get in the hole. He ain't got nothing. Emmanuel Quickley take the ball and bring it back out and reset the offense. That's what a point guard is supposed to do. You get in that middle and the defense got your boys covered and you don't got a shot, pull that ball back out to the top of the key. Well, while you still got time on the shot clock, readjust and go at it again. He does that pretty well. And sometimes he does get caught up in the over dribbling, but that's just a process. As a young kid, you learn how to not over dribble, but that's just part of being a basketball player. And I think once he mastered them certain nuances, I'm looking forward to Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickley real talk a lot wise. And I do believe, man, in 4 years, I think he's gonna get it. I think he's gonna have this thing figured out. And let's hope the Knicks take that qualifying offer he got to be earning and give it to him, man. And I real talk, but Obi Toppin is that dude though for me. He's the guy for the Knicks that he's so interested in me that he's causing a quagmire in New York with Julius Randle and him and his playing time. Because from what we've seen at the end of the season, you got to get a man more minutes. If Obi Toppin don't get 25 minutes this year, something wrong. So I don't know how they're gonna manifest that with all that talent they got down there, and all the talent they might bring in. I mean, the Fourniers and the Cam Reddishes at the 3. I mean, Obi Toppin can start there. But then what happens with if you move RJ to the 2, it just they're all interchangeable. But it's just interesting to see how they're gonna do this thing with Obi Toppin, man. And I'm hoping that he'd be around for a minute because per Mark Berman, the Knicks are really liking what Obi Toppin. They was high on him now, opposed to maybe a year or two ago. But they like what he's doing. So what does that do for him? Do they go small ball 5? They move Mitch. If Mitch go to another team, what is the Knicks gonna do there? Do they go for small ball 5 with Randle if he's still on the team? And all indication now he might be. So you haven't heard nothing. But how does the Obi Toppin minutes is going to be where to get the minutes at the 4 and the 5 between him and Randle and circulate with Jericho Sims and if Mitch come back? So I think we got to do something. Something down there got to change to get Obi Toppin a little bit more minutes, man. Because him and IQ is just what we need down there in New York right now. That pace, easy buckets, transition buckets. This 3 ball looking pretty decent. I think he should over league average this year. I think Obi Toppin. One thing I'm confident. I think he coming out of this year shooting around 37% this year for 3-point line. And that's why I'm hoping, that obviously the more time, the more you play, your percentage can go down, but maybe not a point where it's going to hurt him because that man get buckets all different ways. Him and Quickley alone get you 8 points just off of fast break points. Obi Toppin get 8 points to his own self, just running up and down the floor. So if you knock down a couple 3 balls, that's 14 points. Then you get a couple of foul shots. Obi can average 17 easy because he's that athletic and he's that gifted. You know what I mean? So let's see what Tom Thibodeau going to do with him and how the Knicks going to move him and Julius Randle and all these guys into the equation and move them around in circles and let them coexist with one another. But I do think this cat got to I think they do got to let that cat get 25 minutes. A lot of why I said a lot of fans stick to the first impression. IQ ain't a point guard, then you see triple dub IQ. Absolutely. You know what? A lot of why I told people back in the day. I mean, he came to Kentucky as a point guard. Not to get off the subject, but Emmanuel Quickley was a point guard when he got to Kentucky. He just played off ball at Kentucky because of Tyrese Maxey and all these guys. But he came into Kentucky. You look at his resume, look at his body. He is a point guard. He's just a point guard who can knock it down. But I'm like, you're right though. I agree with you on that one, man. IQ is going to be something to be reckoned with, I think. But Obi Toppin though, that's the major one for me. We got to see how Obi Toppin going to really be able to get this minutes, man. Because the kid showed me something, man. What he could do when he's free and he's running, and his athleticism is off the charts. Some of the dunks or the layups that he do, finger rolls, spinning to the baseline, throwing it off the glass for that layup shot. It looked like he got good hands, and his feet. I know you're quite sure you work on his feet movement, and once he work on the feet movement, he get a little better at that. And then he's gonna really be something. So it's gonna be interesting all season for Obi Toppin. Let's see what the Knicks do with him. What Tom Thibodeau got in store for this young man. So let we know what the Randle thing here. Everybody talk about Sacramento want to get rid of the 4th pick. Portland willing to move the 7th pick. That's screaming Julius Randle. If the Knicks want to get rid of Julius Randle, that fourth and that 6th pick, that 7th pick, both of them teams can use Julius Randle. Not that I'm advocating to get rid of him, but Sacramento could move Sabonis to the 5 and put Randle at the 4. Portland could put Randle at the 4, along with Damian Lillard and Simons and all these guys. So, you think about that, man. But if he stays, then we have to see what they do with Obi Toppin and with the rest of these guys. So, it's going to be a really interesting all season for the Knicks. It really is. Yeah, now he is getting there, man. I think he's getting the work, man, and it's understandable, man. Because like when he first came to the league, you know what I think? Canal, to be honest, I think that rookie year without that summer league, COVID, you know, him and Obi Toppin, they came into the league with barely no training camp because we had all the rules and regulations, the stipulations, all that with the COVID thing. They didn't, you know, like all the rookies in the league that year, you know, nobody able to they didn't really get to really get into it. You know, they got thrown right into the fire. And believe it or not, Tez put him in there too. The Obi and Emmanuel Quickley played their whole rookie year as backups. It wasn't like they didn't play. You know, so I think that had a lot to do with that. But now that second year, you see what happened last year when they was a summer league and a full year to get ready. So I think this year going to be a little bit more special because the young man out there putting in work right now. Like I said, he's out there. You see him at the Ranger game. Salute to the Rangers. I don't know if they won today or not. I didn't get to see that. But, you know, clearly these guys, when they out there working, he loves the city. He got that New York energy. He's connected with the fan base. You know, he's out there, man. I like guys like that, man, who's there. And you know, they're about New York sports. You see him at the Ranger game. You see him at the Liberty game, the Met game, Yankee game. And I love that, man. That tells me that he want to be a part of this thing. You know what I mean? Young man coming out of Baltimore, down the pipe, you know what I mean? Down to 95, I-95, whatever, down there to Baltimore. You know, down to Maryland, rather. But the man, he embraced New York City. And I like his little swag. I like his little everything, man. So let's hope that he can have a third year and get it popping. So him and Obi Toppin, like I said, man, they got a connection. It's like Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, like I always say, man. John Stockton and Karl Malone, they just work together. He makes Obi Toppin game easier. He know where to find this young man at. And when you got a duo like that who play together like that, and they know each other's tendencies like that, off the court and on the court, that's good culture right there, man. That's good culture. That's good camaraderie. You know, so that's why I said I hope that they don't break this thing up. Just let these guys keep working and bring all back next year. Them young guys, and let them go out there and let them eat, man. So it should be fun in New York City with him. And then, you know, the next guy, next guy we talking about is, let's talk about Mitchell Robinson, because Mitch is a really interesting thing going on with New York, man. Obviously, we know the man is RFA. You know, he can go wherever he want to go. Unrestricted free agent. He can go where he want to go. You know, he can stay here. I hope the Knicks find a way to work out the Mitchell Robinson situation for me. Me personally, as a Knicks fan, I'm a big Mitch fan. I'm a big believer in what this guy could do with a basketball. Defensively and offensively, the rebounding, shot blocking. I mean, that you know, his instincts, his defense intensity, man. He a guard 1 to 5. He don't care. You put Mitch on the guard, he's gonna try to lock him up. And then the guard, and that he'd chase him all the way to the rim and hover over him. You know, so he's a really important piece, man. I'm hoping they can find a way to work that out. I know that the Mo Bombers is out there and all that, but still, Mitchell Robinson is a different animal to me. And you see what he did this year with 72 games, and he probably got a shape time the 40th game got here, but the man played 72 games. You know what I mean, this year, and at the second half of the season when he started getting his win, he started seeing the old Mitchell Robinson. I like this cat, man. I really do. 36 pick coming out of Charlemagne High School. You know what I mean? Straight. You know, what the rest of Kentucky didn't play. Skipped that. Scott Perry, you know, took the Carmelo Anthony deal and got him. You know, we took Carmelo Anthony, got Enes Kanter, them guys, and that second round pick. That second round pick to this day for Carmelo Anthony is Mitchell Robinson. You know what I mean? 4 years ago, you know, we made that move and we brought Mitch in here. And he had an up and down with the injury thing, but you know, you still see the talent that he possessed. And I just think he could be a part of this anchor, this Knicks team moving forward. And I'm hoping that's why I would like to see Quickley start. I think you get a real legitimate point guard or somebody who can play a point guard position pretty well. I think Mitch gets better. Now he got somebody who will look for him or see him when other guys might be ready to shoot. He might see him, you know, because he had the ability to pass the ball the way he do. So if you get a legit point guard, Mitchell Robinson numbers goes up to double digits anyway. You know what I mean? It's been many times I watched a basketball game and Randle and all these guys coming out court. Mitch got a post up and they don't even see him. I'm like, dude, the dude got this. He got a guard on him. He just posted up a small forward, get the ball down there to him. Let the man work in the paint. Or worst case scenario, he can throw a hook or dunk it on somebody, get fouled. He lengthy, he athletic. So even if you use 6'6" or 6'7", he's 7'7" to jump the way he do. Even if you 6'8" to jump the way he do, you still ain't not jumping him. So 9 out of 10, as long as that ball up in the air above his head and he in top of airspace, 9 out of 10 you ain't gonna block his shot. Either you're gonna hit him or foul him, or he's gonna make a bucket. The man, he shot 76% in the paint area. Well, the overall, that's all he doing. But I take that. Some people say, well, all he do is shoot in the paint. Well, here's how I say it. Mitchell Robinson give me 10 dunks. 10 dunks is 20 points. You can go out there and shoot 5 threes and miss a bunch of them, and you ain't getting 20 points. So the percentage makes a big difference. So if you give me 20, it doesn't make it matter if you get 20 points off a three or you get 20 points off a dunks, as long as you get the 20 points. So Mitchell Robinson, offensive rebounder that he is, lob threat that he is, and I think if you open up his game and give him a little bit more opportunities offensively, you will see a better Mitchell Robinson. So I think that, to me, I take that all day. I mean, like I said, Will Chamberlain did 80% in the paint or 77%, whatever. I don't care if you that. That's where you get your you eat at. You eat. If he's the type of person that eat in the paint, and let him go down there and eat in the paint. Long be eating. So I think he's a big asset to the Knicks, man. I'm hoping they can work out a deal with him. I'm hoping that me personally, if it's around 15, I'm with that. Over 15, you got to think about it. You know what I mean? But I think he's gonna be a big difference in this team, man. If we lose Mitch, then we gotta get a couple of guys who got some 6'10" and 6'11" height in them, because he makes a big difference for the New York Knicks. So let's see what the Knicks gonna do with Mitchell Robinson. Whether they gonna give him the money or somebody gonna offer something that we can't match. And if we do that, salute Sonic Smile, salute to you, salute as well. That's interesting as well. I mean, let's see, Sonic. If they give him the opportunity, I'm hoping they come back and just open this thing up, man. Let's go down, open the offense up, get Quickley or whoever point guard the ability to find the guys in these sweet spots. And because I always say if you can shoot it, you can shoot it. The pressure is different in the NBA. I don't care if you're in a closed gym. If you still shoot, I mean, your form is there. It's going in. So you just got to learn how to shoot it in the confines of the pressure. But to me, I don't care if you shoot in the gym or you shoot in the game. As long as you can master the spot where you're shooting from and know the speed of the game, and if the cat can shoot a three, shoot it. Yeah, the worst thing that happens is you miss it. You know what I mean? But hopefully he open up his game, Sonic, and you never know. You just never know what could happen, man. It's Keith, man. That's I'm 50-50 on that. I really do. I'm not sure. Cause I see one man. I seen a shirt he had on with his coach at New York or nowhere. You know what I mean? Like literally, he was getting the jersey to his high school coach or somebody, and on that shirt it had New York or nowhere. Let's hope that's what his word is. And that's what he really want to do. He want to come back here, man. I think I remember when Mitch had the little show at the second year, third year, had a little the block party. Bring that back. Come back and be a part of this thing, man. I love to see somebody finally sign a guy who's been here in his rookie year and you signed him to an extension. We haven't did that, in a long time, like everybody said, since Charlie Ward. So I would love for them to sign Mitch, man. Bring him back. Let him be a part of this thing for another 4 years, move forward. That we know we got that. We know we got him and Jericho Sims holding down that center spot for the next 3 or 4 years. It's not a bad thing. And then you can address and focus on the other area that you need to do. So let's hope that Mitchell Robinson can stay here, man. And let him. I'm good with him and Jericho Sims. I really am. You know what I mean? We know that's solidified. We know that center spot is solidified. We ain't got to worry about it. He'll be here for 4 years. But if he move on, we'll see. Who knows what they're gonna do and what he's gonna do. But I think Mitch want to be here. I can see the commodity and with RJ and them young guys. I watched some of the games this year. Even with Mitch on the bench and RJ pull the guys on the huddle together, the young guy Mitchell went out. He on the bench. He went out to the court where they in the huddle and get in the huddle with him. That tells me something right there. You know what I mean? When you got a group of people that you roll with, they pretty much your dogs. You've been around them. You roll with them for years. They got a lot of love there, man, and it's hard to lead that. You know what I mean? But I understand that you got to get more money. But I do think that I think Mitchell will want to be back in New York. Even though I know he's a Southern Louisiana guy, but the chemistry and the bond that he done built with RJ for the last 3-4 years, he's the longest tenured Knick right now, probably. So he done built a lot of rapport with these guys, man. They've been in the trenches together for a while. So let's hope that he want to be here, but the contract situation don't force him not to be here. But I'm looking forward to Mitchell Robinson coming back. I'm happy, man. 72 games, the most he played in the first 4 years. Played 72 games. That's awesome. You know what I mean? And many times that man hit the floor, I'm like, oh shit, he's not getting up. Mitch not getting up, but he wanted to get up on the floor, hobble a little bit, and that's what I like about him. He got that warrior in him, man. He takes a lot of hits on that floor, more than a lot of people, man. But he find a way to get back up and get it popping this year. So salute to Mitchell Robinson for really, getting this thing popping this year, man. And hopefully he'll be back next year. We'll see. You got Mo Bamba them out here. You got the Miles Turner situation out here. Everybody talking about Christian Woods. You got a lot of people. Got Rashawn Holmes out there. People talking about that. So we'll see what the Knicks gonna do. But I'm quite sure they're gonna do something if we lose them. They'll find a way, to get them. But other than that, man, let's talk about my man Julius Randle. That's another young man I'm looking forward to in his maturation. I call him Greg Anthony with a nice 3-point shot. I think he can wind up really doing something special for the Knicks as well, for sure. So we have to see how it goes with Julius Randle. He didn't get a lot of playing time this year, man. In Westchester he was killing it. But obviously Westchester's not New York, but the New York Knicks, the NBA franchise. But he got another skill set that we need. That defense. He got a good stroke with the 3 ball. Obviously, he got to work on his playmaking and getting in the paint a little more, breaking down the defense like that off the dribble. Other than that, he got a skill set that we definitely could use down here. And so I'm not quite sure he's putting his work in as well. Like I said, I see the interview with him and Ian Begley. And they were talking about what they're doing in Terrytown, and he said everybody there, the young guys anyway. So that means he's working. Taking it day by day and getting better at it. So let's see what Julius Randle do, because I think he can make a big difference in New York as well. Especially after watching these NBA players. I'm looking at the Marcus Smarts out there. I'm looking at the Kyle Lowry. these brothers are playing. These NBA playoffs is crazy because they are going at it, and I got to give the NBA credit. It's been a nice NBA playoff season so far. So I got to give them flowers for the way the NBA playoffs been going. There's some cats out there that can get it. And Marcus Smart is just on another level. And you look at our old boy Frank. He out there D'ing him up, and that's what I like about Julius Randle. That's why I think guys like him is important that the Knicks keep around and get him in this thing, man. If you can move cats, and you got Quickley and McBride at the point guard spot for the Knicks, I'm good with that. I really am good with Quickley starting Deuce backing him up. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever moving in this year. And Quickley get them reins and Julius Randle come behind him. That's a good backup situation, because now you got a guy coming off the bench who's not going to let leads expand. He's going to go in there and lock down the next guy, the next team, the opposing team, backup point guard with his defense to slow it down to the starters, get their rest, and that's what you want in your second unit. A guy like that dude coming off the bench, locking up cats in the backcourt, locking up the other team, the opposing point guard, and giving your starters a chance to rest and get ready to come back in when their number is called. And be able to keep the lead there, And then hopefully him and Grimes can lock that thing down at the 1 and 2. So we got a lot of things we need to do, but I do think we're gonna have to move some pieces to get these guys to be what we want them to be. I think the Alex Burkses and the Kemba Walkers and all these guys, we go over this all the time. We kind of know what the deal is. That some of them guys got to be moved to get these young guys that we talking about in the segment opportunities to shine, because playing time is gonna be minimal if you got all these guys that's back from last year. So between Derrick Rose, Kemba Walker, and Alec Burks in that position, it's going to be interesting to see what the Knicks do here. Because if we don't do nothing there, I don't know what happens to the Cam Reddishes and the Quentin Grimes and the McBride that we're speaking about right now, with these veterans here taking up the minutes. We had to see how that's going to go with them, and I'm looking for Deuce to have a decent sophomore year. He's not here to be in summer league, so we'll see what he done mastered over this offseason. But going to the second year to be easier for him too. He done been around the block one time. So next time you go around the block, you kind of know the block. These cats been around the block one time, so when they go around that block again, it's gonna be a little easier. You walk the neighborhood for the first time, and the next time you walk the neighborhood, it's gonna be easier. Because you kind of know what's out there. So and salute to my man. I'm glad to see my brother Elton Lee. Salute. It's good to see you, Elton Lee, man. Long time, long see, long hair, but I'm glad you're good, though. If you ain't here, you should be all right, hopefully. But glad to see you, Elton Lee. The professor's in the building. Salute. But yeah, man, McBride, like I said, him and Quickley, depending on what direction they go, it was not a full, I want to go out there and get to the playoffs, try to win the championship. If it's not that mode, and it's a patiently build mode, I'm good with Quickley and McBride at the 1. I really am. I think that's a serviceable point guard situation. Especially if Quickley take the next step. And quickly take the next step, and you got McBride behind him, then that means you can move Derrick Rose if you need be, which I don't know if that'll happen with Tibbs there, but nobody's untradeable. So you never know what happened with him. They might say, you know what, send him to the contender, send him to LA, send him somewhere where he got a chance to end his career with a ring. For that matter, somebody who got a real good chance, they might be a Derrick Rose away from getting over the hump. And I think somebody like that would be huge for a team, to have. So if you can find a way to move somebody like that, and bring in a player that's not going to affect the rotation, at least you might have to take the contract, but he don't necessarily got to be in the rotation. And hopefully the contract is expiring deal. You just don't, can waive them, and then that means Quickley McBride definitely get that 1 or 2 minute. So guys like that is important. I know we're going to move Kimber. I don't know. There's no way I don't think we can keep that situation here. So I think if you can move Kimber and Derrick Rose, if we decide to go that route, then you got to do some McBride and Emmanuel Quickley. I'll fight with that this year. And then that allows them cats to get some minutes, get some burn, break the energy and all that good stuff. So let's see how that goes with a Deuce McBride. But I think he's gonna come out with a better second year. Looking out there and looking for him to do some good things for the Knicks. And other than that, man. Salute LD, man. He is good, man. I'm glad that you're good. I'm glad that you you made it out in this situation. I hope you're doing good with your situation. That salute. But yeah, I like both of them players. LD, Ben to be the real deal, and I like OG because he lived in Kansas. He was doing his thing in Kansas, so you can't go wrong with either one of them two picks. And I'm glad you put that in there. You cannot go wrong with either Ben or OG, man. I think them cats can they fit the Knicks mold real good. I think they got the demeanor to play in New York, and they got that in them. I like that Ben matchup though. I think that boy, man. He working out in Canada with RJ last year. Got a little bit of rapport with him. It's gonna be interesting what the Knicks do. I hope they take this pick. I hope they keep this pick, man. I think you could take this pick, and unless obviously we go out, you have to put it there to get somebody that's a no-brainer. But I don't have no problem keeping that pick and getting one of the guys in the 11th spot. There's some good talent up and down the board. Like I said, they might not be superstars yet, or they might not be starred, but that don't mean they can't turn into one. But it is some good talent down there. Yes, indeed, man. Me as well, man. Yeah, man. I think Nick got a good situation with that, Elton. It's gonna be interesting. It really is. But let me ask you a question about with the 11th pick and a 47th pick. Where do they play? What happened to these guys that I'm talking about now? Maybe with the Evan Fournier, Alice Burks, Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose. If you still had these four, I don't know where none of these guys are going to play at. Be honest with you. That's why I'm so interested to see what Tibbs and the front office and the organization are going to do, the way they're going to construct this team moving forward. Or they really looking to stay in this thing and try to make up for last year, or because if we draft guys like that, and Obi not even getting time behind Randall Bailey, or Cam Reddish barely getting time behind, RJ and Fournier and them. I just don't know what these cats gonna do, man. With this thing moving forward. And you're right, man. We need talent, and that's the thing. And I'm hoping if you get, I put like this here, but I guess I would want to say is if we get an 11th round draft pick, I would hate for him not to be in the rotation. You know what I mean? That to me, that would be a waste. If you go and draft somebody at 11, he's not even in the rotation. You wasted a pick. You know what I mean? Unless you're going to develop him this year, and then when all them other contracts come off the books this next year, he get a chance to go ahead and get a pop. And then, but guys like that, I don't know if they want to sit around like they did Kevin Knox and them, man. So that's why I really do believe that the Knicks got to make some type of move this summer to free up some of this roster spot space. I'm not saying get rid of all these guys. But we got to move somebody because you need your veterans. You got to have veterans on the basketball team no matter what. You know what I mean? And especially the way the Knicks organization is going right now. After tasting the playoffs last year, I think we would have tasted it again this year if it went for injuries. I think Derrick Rose and Noel just kind of threw a monkey wrench in this whole thing. And then Derrick Rose, Noel went down. He threw a monkey wrench in the whole thing. And then Kemba Walker didn't pan out the way it did. So other than that, I think we would have made it. We would have got there. But now You know, with all this talent that we got down there now, we got some nice young guys, man. I really do believe it. And it's been a long time since you could say a New York Knicks fan, not fans, but a New York Knicks team had this much young talent on it assembled at one time, all on rookie deals. All got a chance to get better as they go, and the culture is set with Scott Perry set the culture right there in 2018. Rebuild, bring a culture to the Knicks, guys in the gym 2 times a day, guys working on it all season. He brought a culture to them we didn't have in a long time. And now that he's doing that, the guys like Mitchell Robinson flourishing, RJ flourishing, Obi a flourish, Quickley gonna start to flourish. So I mean, so hopefully the guys that we get in this draft this year, flourish right along with these guys. So, but I like the Ben, I like Ginobili, I like Chacon, I like a lot of cats down there. Blake, there's a lot of guys down there. That's gonna be interesting. Johnny Davis might fall down there. Who knows how it goes. I wish I could move up to get Keegan Murray, but it is what it is. But I don't know that it's with I think we do got to keep an eye on that Portland thing. That Portland 7th round pick could be very interesting with Damian Lillard and them. They're looking to try to they're willing to move that 7th pick. And like I said, if Sacramento real about that 4th pick, I can understand why they would do it. But here's why. You got Fox on a big contract. You got Sabonis on a big contract. It looks like Davion Mitchell going to be that dude moving forward down the line. You still got Harrison Barnes with an aspiring he on a nice contract. So it look like they're trying to get it to another level. So I can understand why they would move that fourth pick maybe for a ready now player. And that's where if you're really not sure what the Julius Randle dilemma. See, either one of them teams can use Julius Randle, and I'm just saying that if you really need the 4th pick and free up a spot, let Obi take the reins at the 4. Hopefully, he can give you 17 a game, maybe 17 a game, 7 rebounds, play a hustle on defense. I take that, and that's going to get us a better point guard, or better this, or give us some more talent behind him. I don't have a problem doing that because I think you will get a good return. Whatever you get from Julius Randle. Julius Randle not no scrub, so you're not going to get a weak deal for Julius Randle. He's a good ball player. 20, 10, and 5 ain't nothing to sniff. I mean, that's decent. So, the last year's numbers was phenomenal. So, he's a talent, man. So, you never know what happens with that, man. But I'm hoping that we can get up there and get one of them picks. If you can go up to the 4th pick, oh my goodness, that changes everything. That changes everything for the Knicks. That means we might have to wheel and deal one of our guys, the younger guys. But but you can imagine moving up there, and Jaden Ivey is there, and my God, it's like goes on and on. You know what I mean? So you'll never know. And I'm on that one, brother. I'm on that one, LLE. I agree with you on that 100%. I like that right there. That's the move the Knicks should be talking about. Right there, moving that pick. Get Sacramento 4th pick, and Barnes, easy. That's a no-brainer right there. And you moving all that money too, man. Listen, if Scott Perry and Leon Rose can pull that off, executive of the year. You ain't got to go no further than that. They can pull that off right there. Man, you got 2 of your biggest contracts off the book. You got Harrison Barnes probably on inspiring, and you're getting the number 4. You done reshape that whole. To me, I think you reshaped the whole franchise with them 2 deals, right? That one deal right there. You literally reshape that whole franchise. If you move Randle and Fournier for that deal, LLE, I'm giving no cats they flowers for sure. And you get the 4th pick, and you still got the 11th. I mean, man, we set for a long time. And then you still got them contracts like Burks and Noel and Kimball. They're gonna get moved easy because they on their last year deal. If they do that, man, salute to Scott Perry and them, salute to Leon Rose and all them cats. I support you guys now, but you pull that off. That's playing chess right there. That's playing chess. And listen, the guy, and there's no knock on these guys. There's no knock on Randle and Fournier. It ain't about their game. Listen, it ain't about Randle game. It ain't about Randle not good. It ain't about none of that. This is all about moving forward. You make a move like that, you put this organization in a good spot for the next 5, 6, 7 years. That's a good move right there. And knowing that you bringing in talent like that on rookie deals, and you can sprinkle in a bunch of vets on the team who might some of them play something like you keep Todd Gibson. You got to keep him. Obviously, I just think he needs to stay there until he become a coach. But you put guys behind them young guys like Todd Gibson. Damn, I don't give a fuck. Come on, Anthony. Who not looking to take nobody's spot, not trying to shine over nobody, but just a important figure to the team, man. And but he can still. If Carmelo Anthony was backing up Obi Toppin, I wouldn't even be mad at that. I really wasn't. If he was backing up Obi Toppin, I think Carmelo Anthony and Obi Toppin them together is fine by me for the 4th spot in New York. He coming off the bench behind Obi Toppin like he did with the Lakers and everybody. Had a decent year this year for the Lakers. So yeah, you can do things like that, man. You got guys like him get $5 million. Todd Gibson, Carmelo Anthony probably get $5 million for 2 years, 10 years, whatever. That's easy money when you got a roster full of flexibility and young guys. So yeah, man. LD, I'm glad you put that up there because I would love to see that happen, man, for sure. But that way, you get Randle to a situation where he don't got to hear all this noise and all this. If it don't go right that night, you're gonna get the boo birds coming out all night long. Maybe you just go somewhere but use Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox them to try to do something. You know what I mean? Or like I said, you go to Portland for the 7th and Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe got inspired as well. No, I like that, but that one, the Sacramento one is the one that's calling me. Keep calling me right there. So that's salute to you on that tweet, Lee. That was a good thought there. But yeah, man. So we do got a lot of good situations in New York. We can go a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways we can go with this thing, man. And let's hope that the way we go is going to propel us. And I still think that with the team we got right now, even the young guys, I do believe we got, if Mitchell Robinson come back, you got Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, Cam Reddish, RJ Barrett, and Quickley. But you also got McBride, Grimes. Go get a couple of vets to fill in, that 3 and 4, and Sims behind Mitchell Robinson. I still think that team make the playoffs. I really do, because I just think that the amount of energy and effort and tenacity on that team would be different. It'd be different. You know what I mean? We don't have to worry about turnstile offense, turnstile defenders in the backcourt. Quickly plays defense. RJ plays defense. That's different than Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, Alex Burks and Evan Fournier. Having Quickley and RJ in the backcourt from a defense standpoint is way better than having Fournier and Burks or Kemba Walker and Fournier. You know what I mean? So it's a big difference there. So you gain a lot on that end defensively, and that helps out a great deal. And then obviously with Emmanuel Quickley in there doing what he do. LD, you know what? Good question, man. I think that the Knicks got to June, the end of June to deal with that situation. I don't know if they're going to keep him or not. I don't know, man. I would love to see him coming back. He had a good year this year, a good bounce back year for Mitch. And I think he would have came into training camp more healthier than he was from a conditioning standpoint after missing 9 months. I think that he would have had a better year than he had. So Mr. Roberts going to be interesting this year. And LD, I'm on that same thing, man. I think you get a regular IQ and RJ. I think you just give it to IQ and RJ. Put IQ and RJ in that backcourt. One guy been there 4 years. I mean, it'd be in the 4th year. The other guy be in the 3rd year. Ain't no problem there. And then you free that small forward spot for Cam Reddish or whoever. You know what I mean? Whatever competition leads you to that 3 spot. But hopefully it'll be Cam Reddish or somebody. Or if Cam Reddish ain't that dude, but he's still there, you bring in a 3 that's going to be better than Cam Reddish, and you really got something popping off. So it'll be interesting, man. But I like the deal that you're talking about, because if you do the Harrison Barnes thing, so Harrison Barnes could back up Cam Reddish. He only gonna win. He ain't gonna care. He gonna be there to help. He's a veteran. He done got his money. He done been around the league. He done made enough money. I'm quite sure he ain't gonna sit there and call no ruckus about coming off the bench behind Cam Reddish. He's gonna be a mentor to these guys and get it popping. So, but Mitchell Robinson, we'll see how that go with him. But I love how you right though. I'd love to see RJ back at that too. Hopefully he work on his shooting this year. If RJ work on his shooting this year and get better with his shooting this year, RJ gonna be a tough thing to handle. Absolutely, we are Lee, man. Great point there. But if that young man, call my boy, I apologize for that, RJ Barrett. But RJ Barrett get his free throw percentage up this year, and he work on that shot, It's game over. He'll be 24 points a game easy. He left 23 points a game or 22 points a game this year on the board just by free throw this year. Literally. If he would have hit his free throw this year, RJ would have been 22, 23 a game. He was missing 2 or 3 a game almost. You know what I mean? If he get that thing up in the high 70s, much as he get to the line, then that's one thing that I love about him. He gets to the line like he's always going downhill. He don't go east and west. He goes north to south. RJ, I love about him. Man. He plays north to south. He don't play east and west. He always going down there. And I think this year the referee's going to start giving him more respect. They did it at the end of this year. Now, I think they know his game now, and they realize that the man now to take contact, he's going to be getting more calls. All he got to do is get in the high 70s and free throw shooting, maybe shoot about 37% from the three. It's game over for the Knicks with RJ. And that's real talk right there. And he's durable. You know what I mean? He's durable. So I'm really looking for big things for RJ Barrett, man, because a lot of people, we knew coming out of Duke, he couldn't shoot that good. He wasn't a good shooter. That don't mean he can't get better at it. And then I don't know from what happened last year to this year. Last year he shot 39% from three. This year the whole team was down except for Fournier and Grimes. I think Fournier and Grimes were our best three-point shooters this year. Everybody else was just abysmal. So it wasn't only RJ, it was the whole team basically. Even Randle shot 30%. That was just crazy. You know what I mean? But if he come into the season and he kind of honed his skills and worked on the things that he need to work on, I think RJ going to be a problem. I say that to this day. He might not be that flashy, high-flying, John Morant dunking and all that crazy stuff, but he gets his. You know, his numbers are equivalent to a lot of people out there in the NBA, man. You know, 14, 17, 20. Every year, elevation. Every year. So if you're going to go 14, 17, 20, three-point increments, put another 3 points on it. That's 23 a game. And if you bring that percentage up, field goal percentage up, and this 3-point shooting, I mean, it's good. So yeah, moving back to the 2L league, I think him and Quickley can run that backcourt in New York for sure. I don't have no problem, no doubt in my mind about that. You know what I mean? And like I said, Quickley been around the block already. Now he been here 2 years. He know. So now, you know, and they get better. Now I love to see Quickley go up against the Marcus Smarts of the world and all these Steph Curry. That's to me that's what you want to do. You want to throw them in there against the best. You know, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. So I want to see Quickley get that key to that car and dry that joint and go up against the best dudes in the league. He could do what Trae Young do. I know everybody's hyped about Trae Young, but if once Quickley get his game down, and you know, I think he gets to the hole just as good as Trae Young and them all them do. Excuse me. And I think once he get back to doing what he do good at the 3-point shot, he'd be all right. He'd be all right for me. I Quickley give me 15 and 7 to 15 and 7 from the point guard spot. I'll take that. You know, with RJ in that backcourt give you 23. I mean, RJ give you 23 and Quickley give you 15 again. Your backcourt give you 38 points on the team. That's pretty decent. You know what I mean? That's pretty decent right there. They have backcourt, one giving you 23 and one giving you 15. That's pretty decent. So I'm looking forward to them. I would love to see that RJ get back there. And I think that might make a difference in the way he's shooting this year neither. Because now, if you go back to a natural position, he won't be shooting over bigger guys, taller guys. It'll be the guys at the 2 and the 3 a little bit more physical. I'm more different physicality, I meant to say. So I think RJ might ease him back a little bit. They know that he bully balling certain 2s instead of trying to bully ball a 3. Or, you know, he can shoot over a 2 opposed to shooting over a 3 that might be much taller, a little bit taller than the 2. So there's a lot of variables there. But I do think that if he can get back to that 2 spot would be nice. Real talk. Yeah, you're a Sonic. You're 100% on that. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. You're 100% right. Great. That's a great thought right there. Because that is, man. Chemistry and continuity and camaraderie is everything. You know that's why you don't see a lot. You don't see a lot of teams just moving guys who've been playing together for a while. You just don't move people like that just to be moving them. You know what I mean? Because you could bring it here. The prime example. Look at the chemistry that team had last year. Because they played together, they know each other. And then this year, when you brought in some new pieces, it disrupted the whole thing because they didn't have that chemistry. Like Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker never developed no chemistry with the Knicks. But Reggie Bullock and all these guys, and Reggie Bullock was there 2 years. Elton Payne was there 2 years, so they had continuity and chemistry. and that's why we were able to do what we did that year. You know what I mean? Even Nerlens was there. All these guys was there, you know, and they was able to develop that confidence. I understand very much what you're saying about team chemistry, and it is important, man. You got to have people who can play together and work together. You know what I mean? And that goes in your relationship. You know what I mean? If you ain't got chemistry with somebody, shit ain't gonna work. So I think that's what happened this year. We coming out the gate, we had a chemistry with Evan Fournier and them guys early like that, and I mean it kind of changed the game up for the Knicks a little bit, man. And I think that was a bigger part of why the offense went the way it went, and why the defense suffered was no chemistry with the cats, man. So I definitely want to see how this thing goes. But great chat, Super Sonic Smile. Appreciate that. Yeah, facts. I believe that, man. L. Lee, man, that's really what it's about right there. I mean, I could have said that better myself. That's what we want to do. We want to be able to have a 5-year run, 7 years stability, just stability. You know, no more firing coaches every 2 years. No more getting rid of players after 1 year. Nah, man, just get these young guys in here now. Let them just keep growing. You know, it'd be like the Mets or the Yankee farm system. You know what I mean? You got guys coming up out of the farm system. They grew under your culture, and all that stuff. And it's important. So when you come this year, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be good about the Knicks too, though. LD, that you brought that up, and Sonic brought that up. See, coming into this year, they know each other. Like last year, Grimes didn't know R.J. Barrett. You know, Jericho Sims, they didn't know R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle and them. Coming into this year, everybody know each other. Coming out of the gate, they know each other. They know each other's tendencies. They know how they roll and how they operate. It makes it much easier when you got continuity and you know each other. You know each other's sweet spots. You know where to get this guy the ball at. You know where to get this guy the ball at. You know where he like to get his shot up from. So I think that's going to be so important. It makes the rhythm of an offense much better when everybody know their role. And I'm looking forward to it, man. That's why I hope we keep this thing going, like you said, and just keep developing these guys and let's see how this thing's going to go. I really do believe we got a good thing going on down in New York, man. And for the first time, and I've been doing this since '70. You know what I mean? In 1970, this is the first time in a long time as a Knicks fan that I've seen that we finally got a good little core going on there. You know what I mean? We drafted Patrick Ewing, we drafted Greg Anthony, we drafted a lot of them guys in that era, and they stayed on that team. And then Charlie Ward. We did these guys, man. We drafted these guys, and look at what happened. They wound up, and they wound up almost won a championship. Because they built that shit organically. It was all organically built. You know what I mean? And now we got a chance to do it again. And I hope we stay the course. And just keep growing and growing this crop of guys we got them, and let them learn and get better. And I think once they do that, we're gonna be all right. I think we're gonna be good to go in New York, man. So let's see how this thing go, man, with these guys, man. And we're looking forward to the season, moving forward. And I can't wait. I can't wait to draft night. You know, because the next biggest thing is June 30th. So June 30th is going to be between the draft. I think the draft is before that, and Mitchell Robinson's deadline for the Knicks to sign him. So I think the next big thing on the agenda is obviously going to be draft night. Then I think the next thing, between now and then is Mitchell Robinson's extension, June the 30th, I think that is, or unless something in between that line happens, and some will and dealing take place. Other than that, they're the two biggest things on the board, man. So we'll stay locked in and keep our ears to the ground, our eyes open. And any Knick news come across the board, I'm gonna bring it to you. Knick Real Talk, we here, man. We ain't going nowhere. I'll get it to you guys and see how it goes. But right now, I'm excited though. I'm excited about the team moving forward. I'm excited about what this team can be, what they can do. I really think we got something special going in New York, and let's just hope that it all come to fruition, and we wind up taking another step. And as a Knicks fan and the Knicks fan base, as a Knicks team, I think we get into playing next year. Right now, the way we constructed, we definitely a playoff team playing. I believe that. Like I said, one for Derrick Rose going down and Nerlens Noel, I think we would have made it there. Jericho Sims wasn't fully ready, so we couldn't rely on him to do the thing that Nerlens Noel could do in his rookie year, because he can't do what Nerlens Noel could do. Just from an experience standpoint, Nerlens Noel held it down for the Knicks last year for 41 games in that defense anchor spot. We missed that this year, man. We missed Nerlens Noel like you couldn't believe. So then Derrick Rose went down in December. That was the icing on the cake. That killed it all right there to me. We lost a lot with them too. The Kemba Walker not panning out. You put it on a guy to be in a fold for us, but they wasn't there, and it cost us and we still won 37 games. We won 41 last year. We won 37 this year. We lost more, but that's without 3 guys that really could have contributed to the team and went the other way. We could be here talking about the Knicks right now. You never know. So, but time heals all wounds. We move on, man. Next year we come into the season in October and get it popping again. And hopefully the draft work out well for us. And we really have a good draft, man. I'm excited about the Knicks moving forward. I really am, man. So on real talk, man, I'm gonna get out of here. And you cats have a good Sunday. Enjoy yourselves. And y'all look out for Knicks Real Talk, Real Time with Divine. I got a new channel popping out called Real Time with Divine. Coming in, we doing the same thing I'm doing now, pretty much. Maybe have some special guest people on here. Get into more things, sports in general. Knicks and everything. So it's called Real Time with Divine. It'll be on Knicks Real Talk channel. And make sure y'all go check that out when I drop the first vid or have the first show. I'll let you know. Check for the notifications and all that good stuff. But miss me, you cats enjoy the rest of your week. You know what I mean? I'll see y'all Thursday on the flip side and everything like that. L. Lee, man, my man, it's so good to see you. Just maintain, man. Just take care of yourself, and keep just getting better, brother. You know what I mean? But I'm glad that you out, and I'm hoping everything is going well, man. Real talk. And it's good to see you, man. I appreciate your thoughts and everything. Once a Nick, always a Nick, my brother. Salute. What's good with you, man? I hope you're doing well as well. But it's been fun, man. It's been fun, guys. Once a Nick, I'm sorry, man. We just about to get up out of here. But man, hop on us Thursday, man, and let's get it popping. Yes, indeed, L. Lee, no doubt, my brother. Like I said, man, y'all be good. Have a great week, man. Y'all know what it is. It's gonna be the Monday. Y'all get it popping, get out there, get on your grind, go get your bag, get your education, whatever, man. Go do you. Be safe out there, and just take care of yourself, man. And most of all, to stay humble. And this Knicks Real Talk. It's your man Divine. Salute to the chat as always. You cats the best. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, running out the door. Y'all check us on the next one. I'll be in the building Thursday. Hope you Shaw Powell and KJ. They out on assignment doing their thing tonight, man. KJ, Shaw Powell, salute my brothers. I'm holding down for us. You already know I got us, man. We here. But it's been fun, fellas, ladies and gents. Y'all make sure you hit that like, subscribe. Knicks Real Talk. Appreciate you guys, man. Love you guys, ladies and gents, man. I see y'all, man. Knicks Real Talk. We out of here. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Peace. Time for Divine Shot, KJ events. This Real Talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. Knicks Real Talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loop and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base, hit the links, Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's airspace that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's any dashes on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew, so here's a few bars to shine like Star Divine to Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Knicks Real Talk.
We here.
Here we go, let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.